Hi, I'm Eric Linask, and welcome to this edition of the TMC Newsroom on the road from Dallas, Texas. I'm here with Telstrat's Ed Templeman. Ed, thanks for joining me.
Thank you very much.
So I thought a good place to start today would be to go back in time a little bit to talk about sort of the evolution of Telstrat as a company and how that's also then evolved the product set.
Telstrat started out, founded in 1993, as originally a OEM provider for Nortel. For several years, the company did very well in that space. In about the year 2000, we decided to branch out and have our own branded products. Came out with a recording solution that achieved very good success in the industry. The brand at that time was called Parrot, and about 3 years ago now, we decided that we wanted to evolve beyond business call recording and screen capture and that type of portfolio and get into more of a full-featured solution for workforce optimization. We added products to the portfolio that covered not only agent evaluation and coaching, but workforce management, and most recently, last year, we added a very powerful speech analytics solution to round out the portfolio. We're continuing to evolve that, add new capabilities, and address new markets. I mentioned we started out very strong in the Nortel space. A few years ago, we made the venture into the Cisco space and have achieved good success in that. And about 2 years ago now, we ventured into the Avaya space. And so in this last year or so, with all of the changes and the consolidation with the Avaya acquisition of Nortel and so forth, that's given us a really good advantage in that we are certified on those three platforms, certainly on Avaya and certainly on Nortel. And our solution is one that makes it very easy for people that have a Nortel solution or have an Avaya solution to accommodate both on the same server.
Now, you talked about the addition of some new features and capabilities. What are the features and capabilities that your customers are most interested in these days?
Well, one of the things that we see as driving the market is a trend to have better ease of use and a much more cost-effective solution for the mid-market. Our sweet spot is around 200 seats, although we have some installations that go down to, say, 3, and we have installations in the thousands. So we scale either direction very, very well, and particularly at the mid to low range market, we're extremely cost-effective compared to the competition. Some of the features that they're looking for are PCI support or support for the PCI standard. As I mentioned, a very good ease of use. They're also looking for a lot of the high-end capabilities that you find in some of our competition. And our goal over the last couple of years has been to take those high-end features and bring them down more towards the mid-market and make those both affordable and very easy to use and to implement.
So over the past year to 2 years, I mean, I've seen an awful lot of attention, a lot of news, a lot of announcements, a lot of media attention around call recording, which, going back in time was, one of your the earlier pieces to your solution. Is there still that much interest in call recording?
Well, there's been a lot of talk that call recording has matured as a market and that it's becoming commoditized. And I think what we're seeing is in the high-end space that to a certain extent that is true. But what we're also finding is that in the mid-range, which is where we play very, very well, there seems to be continued and significant growth in that market. And we've had an extremely good quarter this year, and last year we pretty much held our own in a down business environment because there seems to be continued interest in a call recording solution that can work for that mid to lower market. So we see some real expansion potential there.
How do you've referenced some of, you've referenced your competition in the market a couple of times. How do you differentiate yourself, when it comes to going to market?
Well, from the standpoint of cost effectiveness is one big thing. Again, we think that we play better than pretty much anybody else in that mid-range market. From a feature standpoint, a cost effectiveness standpoint, we think there's few, if any, that can touch us. We also have some rather distinct advantages from an operational standpoint with our call recording product in particular, in that we can have multiple voice technologies, be they VoIP, be they digital or analog or radio recording, all on the same server. At the same time, we can blend PBX platforms, Cisco and Avaya and Nortel, or Heritage Nortel now to use the current terminology, I think. We can blend all of those on the same server simultaneously. So we think that gives us a very distinct advantage. We can have smaller server footprints. We can, therefore, from even a green standpoint, we think we're very well positioned.
There's some companies out there who don't necessarily do as good a job with speech analytics as their customers would like. How do you overcome obstacles that you face regarding speech analytics?
Well, the speech analytics solution that we added to our portfolio last year uses phonetic technology. That's something that is relatively new in the industry. Most speech analytics solutions are more the LVCSR or the text-to-speech type technologies. Those have some good things to recommend them. We think we made a very strong choice in going with the phonetics approach in that we're able to bring a solution to market that lets our customers have a very, very powerful solution for speech analytics that they don't require a lot of constant dictionary maintenance. It gives them the ability to record and analyze up to 100% of calls, so that rather than having a statistical analysis and basing assumptions on that, we can actually give them real-world 100% results rather than trying to base a conclusion on something that may or may not be related to a probability.
What do you see on the horizon for Telstrat?
Well, if the second half or the other quarters of this year go like the first quarter has gone, significant growth for one thing. We think we've started out of the gate this year as just a barn burner, and we're looking forward to continued growth and success through the rest of the year. From a product standpoint, we're looking at moving to new platforms and adding those to the portfolio. We'll be starting out with bringing ShoreTel to the portfolio. Currently, we are compatible with Avaya, Cisco, and the Heritage Nortel products, certainly. And beyond ShoreTel, we have plans to add several others to the portfolio here in the not-too-distant future.
How does the mobilization of workforces impact you?
If you're talking about from, say, a virtual agent standpoint, we see the industry going more and more towards a VoIP model for implementing all of their communications needs, particularly with the distributed workforce. And being able to support that on all the different platforms that we do and be able to blend that with companies that may be moving from older systems that are TDM based, say, we think that's a significant strength for us also.
Good. Thanks for joining us for this edition of the TMC Newsroom on the Road. I've been talking with Ed Templeman from Telstrat. Ed, thank you for joining me.
Thank you very much.